All right, so to now we're going to talk about dreams. And you heard that right, to now. Not today, not tomorrow, to now. I do believe to a degree time is somewhat of we'll call it minimally a man made construct. I can't say it's completely an illusion, but from what I understand, it ain't what it's supposed to be. And I've been thinking about it for years now. And, even as I was talking to the brother in the mall, he said, a day is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as a day. We are eternal beings. And I've been in so many builds and learned enough and had enough conversation to honestly get pretty much nowhere on this subject. But because it's hard for me to wrap my mind around it, even like the concept of heaven or eternity. I remember thinking about that when I was a kid, and it just fucked me up. Like, forever? I mean, sounds cool and everything, but forever, I'm not trying to be there forever and ever and ever. I want to do some other shit. It seems like a waste of time. And there we go. That's contradictory. So, but I say to now, and I would talk about these dreams, because even like dreams, you might fall asleep for hardly no time and have an experience that seemed like a long time. How can that be? Explain that to me. Somebody smokes DMT or takes that toad medicine or ayahuasca or mushrooms, and what they experience seems like a lucid dream that was taking a while. My son had a lucid dream that lasted a month. A month. Homie had friends in the other realm. He could go home. He couldn't wait to get home from school so he can go home and sleep so he can go jump back into his life in his dreams for a month. And so even if you look at like the Bible, so many different situations where they talk about dreams. So there has to be a significance to dreams. And this is one of the things that's been impressed upon me as of late, that it is grossly important to pay attention to your dreams, brother. So even before I get to my prayers in the rising, I get up before I move. At least this was today as I woke up, as I rose. I laid here where I am right now, and I just let a foggy dream about Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, and Danny Jackson come back to me in a little paper airplane. And I'm not going to go into the dream, but I'm going to more talk about the importance and try to impress that upon all my siblings out there, anybody who has ears to hear or is interested, how relevant it is to pay attention to this. Because just like if you were to sit with mushrooms or sit with ayahuasca and you have this revelatory vision that's fading and fleeting, sometimes it's hard to recollect. It's like trying to grab the wind, or it's trying to remember a dream that wasn't quite that lucid. It's like fading, shit is coming back. It's like you can remember the feelings at times, but maybe not all the details, But I want to challenge anybody who's been feeling like this as well. And shit, I put it out there. Tonight, tomorrow, when you rise, before you grab your phone, before you go here or there, rush, hurry on somewhere, just sit there and think like, what did I dream about? And even this rising, I was like, Father, like, bring it to me. Like, it was very fleeting. It was very fleeting. It was just, me coming out of a kitchen, having this little Star Wars looking like paper airplane, very small, it was interestingly shaped. I threw it kind of towards the ground, and it spiraled up towards the ceiling. It looks like my homie Danny Jackson was sitting on the countertop. He was sitting right there. We were both like, cool, like we were kids again back when we were like 11, 12. Now he's back in my life, and I saw Kobe planning out his life, like after, he's going to quit NBA, to play a little men's league, then get into business. Michael Jordan's like, yeah, right. He's in the dream, very faint. And Danny's sitting there, and I'm thinking about being competitive with him. It looked like he playing video games. So I was like, don't do that. And then I just woke up, and I was just like, what the fuck? I'm trying to get it. And then it kind of slowly started coming back as I, was sitting here or laying here, and it started to kind of take on meaning, about, we used to compete with one another, Danny and I couldn't remember. We used to play basketball together, And I couldn't remember who was better. We felt very evenly matched. And damn, even I'm just coming back to me now, even when I was talking to, Brother Johnny, who I, likened unto God when I was at the Cumberland Mall, he talked about being evenly yoked. And then when I talked to Danny today, he got laid off. And his partner was bringing up the importance of dreams to him. Or he said she always asks, like, did you dream last night? And even the fact that he called her his partner. And Kobe and Mike, I thought about their mental toughness, their mentality, how they push one another. And so this web and connectivity started to, form, and it's giving me a feeling of partnership with him. And he wants to feature my CMOS on his website. So I have this inclination now, or at least, kind of some direction towards working with the brother, partnering with the brother, getting back to that energy of being equally yoked and pushing one another to this next level. And even here, when I was looking at the idea of airplanes, his website, he's trying to get out a message. And he just was asking me to do a podcast with him. So there's all these, even talking about it here is an exercise that is helping it come to the top. And so at the end of the day, I think it's wildly important that we pay attention to these. And they just might lead us to exactly where we need to be. So take it to heart, remember them, write them down, and do something with them.